G'day Carbonized, welcome back to Space Engineers Survival Maybe. So I've spent a couple of hours in creative mode just playing around with a few ideas of how we could get a door mechanism on the elevator itself, or possibly on each of the doorways. I tried a few different designs. The first one I wanted to try was the same system that we have on the bay doors, where the door is actually attached to the elevator itself and it lifts up. And there was actually enough room to get the door on there. I'll jump into spectator mode so I can more easily explain it to you. So with the elevator all the way down to the bottom, we needed to have a door attached to the top of the elevator that ran all the way up to cover up these doorways. And the issue I thought we were going to have was when we lift this elevator up, the door is going to be, all the way up here. And surprisingly, there was actually enough room for the entire door to slide up there. The thing that I didn't realize was that we would also need the same length of door on the bottom side as well. So when the elevator gets to the top, it also blocks all these holes. And that's where we ran into the issue. So if we were to do that, then when we lower the elevator down, it runs straight into this room here. So that instantly ruined that idea. I wanted to go with that because that was going to be the simplest solution. I then fiddled around with having individual doors that would sit just on the other side of the doorway, and had sensors set up so when the elevator got close to it, the door would open up to allow the elevator to go past, and then it would close up again. And the issue with that was I needed to open the door when the elevator was coming past, and I didn't like the way that it looked, because if you were just standing here and the elevator was going past, the door would open up for a solid, 3 or 4 seconds while the elevator passed, and it looked dodgy. So I do have one solution in mind, which I think you guys will like. To get started, what we're going to have to actually do is separate the elevator from our main base grid just a little bit more. So this gap here is not going to be as flush as it is. So let's get in here. This is the one that controls our distance there. So let's do maximum distance of 20 centimeters. All right, so that should create a little gap. Yep, there we go. So it's not too bad. I mean, even real life elevators have a bigger gap than that. So, yeah, I think this will be all right. Let's bring up the HUD as well. Yeah, I am getting low on hydrogen. All right, I'm going to go top that up and then we'll get stuck into it. All right, so we're going to work on this second door here first while the elevator's up there. All right, so the plan is, what I can actually do is put a glass window here. And we won't need to open it or close it when the elevator comes past. It'll just sit in front of the doorway and the elevator will slide past it. So that's why we've created that little bit of an extra buffer. Whoops. I went through the sensor. So yeah, the window will sit just in there. So if the elevator's coming past, it won't actually open the glass door. Okay, so we need to remove these for this to work. Now there's probably like several ideas that you guys have come up with of how we could do a door, but this is just my idea. It's the only solution I could come up with that I actually like the way it looks and functions. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have better ideas, go for it for sure. But I think you guys will be quite impressed with this. It's a pretty cool system. All right, so we need to dig out some space in here. All right. So we're going to set this up the same way as the elevator. So the whole thing is going to be mounted on a horizontal piston that'll give us a little bit of a buffer. All right, let's name this as well. Get this done. So this is air hangar. Second floor door. This is piston. This is the base piston. Okay. Let's grab a glass door corner piece. Flip that around. Yep, that's good. Okay. So maximum distance should be 7.5 meters. Let's do that and reverse that out. Let's speed this up as well. We'll have this as a fairly fast opening door. Say 3. Yep, that's perfect. So there's enough room there that the elevator will go past. I did try it with the piston all the way out, but it did catch this edge. So we'll have to do it like this. Come back in one. And then what we can do is just attach some windows like that, and then we can put our large window on the edge. Like that. Okay, I think I might actually make this the dark grey, because it'll hide the frame a little bit better. Okay, so that's all set up. Now this is going to be like a little bit more complex, but the idea is I'd like to make this fully automated, so we don't need to worry about having to open the door or anything. I just want the system to know when to open the door and when to shut it. So we're going to put a little half slope there, and then we're going to have a sensor. So the first sensor is going to be right here. It's going to be 2 sensors for each floor. Okay, sensor. Second floor. Now this one is going to be detecting the player itself. So this one's going to know when to close the door. Let's show on HUD, and we'll turn that sensor's field range so we can actually see it. And yeah, detecting players. Okay. Yep, perfect. Okay. So that should be wide enough to encompass the player itself. Yep. So no matter where you're standing inside the elevator, this sensor is going to pick you up. Okay, now what this sensor does here, set up actions. Oh, we need to name that piston first. So we've named the base, but not this one here. AH second floor door. All right. Setup actions. Okay, so when the player enters the volume, there it is there, the door. It will extend the piston to close the door. So yeah, that opens up all the way to allow the player to walk through. But if the player gets in this field, the door closes. Let's speed it up. Maximum velocity. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay, that's good. The next sensor is going to sense the elevator itself, and it's going to be able to open the door for us. But to do that, we need a timer block, which I think I might just put it here. Or should I put it in the server room with all the other timer blocks? I probably should. Go down to the server room. All right, we need 3 spots. Yeah, we'll just chuck them all up there, I think. All right, let's get all these named so we know which one's which. Beautiful. All right, so 3 timer blocks all set up ready for each floor. I'm gonna pick up some energy while I'm here. Okay, so this one here. Let's show it on HUD. And we'll name it as well. Air hangar. Second floor. Door open. What did I call that other one? Did I say... I didn't put door in there. It's just floor close. Let's make that a little bit more clearer. Okay. And we should rename these to call, because they call the elevator. Okay, door open. let's get this set up. Okay, and we need to call that elevator. Let's open this up so we can get in here. Call the elevator down. Okay, so that's why we've got this little half slope here. It's because this sensor's only gonna touch that. That's all we're gonna try and pick up. Actually, we should have had it up on there. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Okay, there we go. So 3.9. That's all we need to do. Okay. Now, let's get that timer block. So the reason why we're doing a timer block for the door opening is because if we set it up to just detect the elevator and then it just opens the door, every time the elevator goes past, it will open that door up. So if we set up a timer block with, say, 3-second delay, then we get the sensor to trigger the timer block, and then after 3 seconds it will open the door. But if the elevator leaves this volume, we'll turn off that timer. So if it doesn't stay within this volume for 3 seconds, then it'll cancel the timer and it won't open the door. So that's how we're going to get the automation process done on this. So let's get back into here and search for that timer block. It is the 2nd floor door. So we want to put a 3-second, actually let's make this accurate. You can control click on a sliding bar to type in a value. So exactly 3 seconds, and we will set up the action for the 2nd floor door. We want to retract. Okay, and it's going to be silent. Beautiful. Okay, so let's get back into this sensor. Set up the actions for it. TB. Actually, it'd probably be easier if we type in second. There it is. Okay, so when it enters the range, we want to start the timer, and then when it leaves the range, we want to stop the timer. All right, so the door's open now, right? Yep, the door's open. All right, let's test this out. So let's go up here and we'll call the elevator. Ah, this is really cool. And let's go past the 2nd floor. So we're going to go all the way to the ground, and the door shouldn't open. Actually, it's already opened, isn't it? So yeah, this first one will close it because we passed through it. Oh, and then it opened up. Okay, brilliant. Let's change the timer. It needs to be longer than 3 seconds. All right, there's something going on here. It's not the timer. Something is opening the door for some reason. This was supposed to be a super quick, easy video I was going to show you how to do something quite complex, and now look at it. It's a fucking mess. So the sensor's definitely working as desired, because if I change it over to players and I enter the range but exit the range before the timer actually finishes, it resets the timer, doesn't open the door. And then if we stay in here for the 7 seconds, it opens the door. And it's not a combination of both that's triggering it. Alright, welcome back guys. So I've got it working. I'm not 100% sure what I did to fix it, because it's taken a solid 30 minutes. So yeah, we can go past it and the door won't open now. And if the elevator stops in that zone for long enough, the door opens. Okay, so let's have a look at the sensor, because this is what I think is what fixed it. So down the bottom here, I took it off detect friendly, neutral, and enemy, and just made it detect the owner. That's the only thing I can think of. Now, after I did that, it didn't work straight away. What I had to do is sort of reset it so the door closed. The door was closed the first time I actually went through, and now it seems to be working. So let's test it again just to make sure, and then I'll build another one of these doors and we'll check it. Yep, totally fine. Okay. Well, at least it's working. It's a shame I don't really understand why it wasn't working to begin with. We'll leave that for now, I guess. You know what? We're not going to be able to test it because the middle door is the only one that we'll go past. All right. Let's do it. Let's set up the next one. So it needs to be the same distance away, but we'll probably have to put the piston in a different location, possibly down the bottom here. So you've already seen me build one, so I'll skip this out and we'll just go straight to the testing phase, I think. Okay, it's built, all set up, ready to go. I'm thinking we can actually test this because the elevator, I built it with a fourth floor in mind, so it does actually extend further than this. So all we have to do is set up a button to do that, really. Oh, I've fully enclosed that now. Damn, we can't get in there. Oh, I know what we can do. We can... No, that's all closed. We'll have to go in here. And then call the elevator up. Looks like we might have to color that as well. The frame of the other windows. Make them the dark grey. All right, here we go. So after 3 seconds of it being in this position here, it should open the door. Okay. Door's opened. Door shuts when we enter it. And let's set up a fourth floor. We'll copy that text and we'll just set up a button here. PB elevator. There it is. Run with another argument. Let's just say 47.6 is this floor here, the top floor. So we'll say just go up to 50. All right, so we're on. Let's go down to the second floor. Awesome. Door didn't open. Now let's go up to the fourth. So it should go past the third floor and not trigger the door. Nice. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. It's good. Yep. Okay. So I think it might have been a combination of a couple of things. So I do think that this, when you're dealing with subgrids and timer blocks, I don't know, just having these turned off and making sure the door is in the correct state before you start doing it seems to have fixed it. So making sure the door is closed before you do your first cycle seems to get it working. All right, so we've got one more door. Where are we going to build this one? Because we're in a little bit of where's the piston going to be? Oh, it's got to be all the way into here. That means we've got to slide past that and this. Although this can be taken out. That's not an issue. All right, let's test it. Got the first one all set up, ready to go. Good. I'm always worried it's just gonna open up. It's just gonna ignore me. Cool. Okay, sensors. Let's turn them all off the HUD. I don't want to see them anymore. Awesome. It'd be really nice to have like a sound effect for those doors opening, like some sort of an airlock, like whooshing noise. I don't know. I think that it'd sound pretty good, because with them not making any noise at all, it seems a little bit weird, but that's all right. overall, I'm pretty happy with this. This is cool. All right, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time just welding up all this stuff because I'm sick of seeing the all the wireframe here, and I would like to try and pretty this up a little bit, similar to how I've got this all walled off. I'd like to do something like that on this side here. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing that. The back doesn't worry me as much because you don't have a window to see out the back, but yeah, this side is pretty terrible. So I will bring you guys back when I've made some progress. All right, there we go, guys. This is the best I can get it. It's actually pretty good, better than I thought I was going to get it. So we've got those little channels there for the doors to slide back into, which you can see all sorts of nasty stuff behind there. That's all right. And then I've done this for the back wall. So if you get up to here, you can see there's just, yeah, it's just open. But from back here, it just like it looks nice and clean. So it's not too bad. And if we have a look on this side, you can see where the pistons actually go. So they've got a channel all hidden on the outside. Looks pretty good. So yeah, this is pretty much done. There is one thing I want to do is I want to try and put some detail in here because it's very flat and boring. So, but I didn't want to mess around with any designs just yet. I wanted to just get the basic shape down so I know what I can actually work with, what I've got to work with. And then we can start worrying about maybe putting some design in the wall all the way down. Possibly even running some pipes. Maybe like along this back wall. Oh no, we can't do that because that's where the elevator goes. So finding a spot for some pipes to run down might look pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with this. Obviously, it would be nice if the doors were consistent and, you know, they didn't accidentally open up as you go past, but I can't work it out. It's functioning fine at the moment, but like if I accidentally open a door and get it in the wrong state, it'll just screw it up. But that is going to do it for the video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to lead your targets, and I'll see you next time.